I turned back towards the two dark figures again and slightly raised my flashlight. I realized very quickly that they were not Bigfoots at all, but enormous, walking wolves/coyotes. Dogmen. When, suddenly, a deafening crash, the creature burst through the entrance, its feral gaze fixed on its prey. Dogman, the canine-like cryptid we've all come to know and fear. Hey everyone, welcome back to another creepy cryptid history. I'm your host, Brooke, and today, of course, it's going to be a little bit different. It always is. I actually have two stories for you, and at the very end, we're going to figure out which one is real and which one is complete fiction. Yes, one is going to actually be complete fiction, and you're going to let me know which one it is. Actually, I will let you know which one it is at the end. So with that being said, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and please turn on your notifications. You don't want to miss a video. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a walk into the forest. Hey Wolfpack, so just excuse the look today. It's a no makeup look. Haven't gotten a chance to get ready for anything. It's super early in the morning still. So if you could just look past all that and let's focus on the stories. Now this first story is from a couple in North Carolina who went hiking along the Appalachian Trail and ran into an unspeakable dogman horror. Back in the summer of 2005, Sarah and Dawn, a couple seeking adventure, embarked on a hike along a North Carolina Appalachian Trail. The couple were looking for a place to camp as the sun began to set. As they began their search, the forest seemed to go all too quiet. Sarah began to smell a foul, rotting meat type of odor and asked Dawn if he had smelled it too. Dawn never did catch a whiff of the odor at that time, but soon enough, a chilling howl echoed through the dense forest. Suddenly, a huge shaggy furred shadow emerged from the darkness. The couple first thinking it's a huge bear or a wolf. But then it stood up, towering on two legs, its fur matted with blood and its eyes glowing with an otherworldly orange intensity. The couple froze in terror as the beast's elongated canine-like snout curled into a menacing snarl. With adrenaline coursing through their veins, Sarah and Dawn sprinted through the winding trails, the relentless pursuit of the dogman echoing behind them. Branches tore at their clothes, and the night air filled with the creature's guttural growls and god-awful stench. As they stumbled upon an abandoned, dilapidated cabin, they knew that this was their only chance to escape the creature. Inside the cabin, Sarah and Dawn barricaded the doors with whatever they could find. Mice and other small woodland creatures had definitely made this place their home, and it was not the most ideal place to be. The creature's heavy footsteps approached slowly, and Sarah swore she heard it sniffing frantically. The rotting meat smell was now almost unbearable to both of them now. Dawn admitted to smelling it at the time. That means that it was way too close for comfort. The couple stared at each other in horror for what seemed like hours, but really was seconds. When, suddenly, a deafening crash, the creature burst through the entrance, its feral gaze fixed on its prey. In a desperate act of defiance, Sarah lit a handmade torch that she had made earlier that day, casting a flickering light onto the beast's snarling visage. As the flames intensified, the dogman let out a blood-curdling howl before retreating back into the shadows, leaving the couple shaken but alive. It's safe to say that Sarah never let that torch fade out through the couple's sleepless night. As soon as the sun came up, the couple ran back down the trail to their car and drove out. As soon as they got cell phone service, Dawn called the police and the park ranger's office to let them know there was a huge feral wolf or bear that was in the woods. They both knew it wasn't either of those things, though. They just could never admit it to authorities. They were afraid of the judgment from others, but wanted to, at the very least, warn others to know the horrific danger lurking around those Appalachian trails. So guys, what did you think about that story? Was it real or was it just fiction? You'll have to wait to the end of the video to find out. Now, our second story is actually about a family who was going Christmas tree shopping at a Christmas tree farm when they run into something unexpectedly canine and monstrous. My girlfriend, her son, his 2 daughters, and girlfriend were Christmas tree hunting about 7 years ago in the National Forest in Oregon. We took 2 separate vehicles and spotted some trees and decided to pull over. It was about 9 p.m. mid-December, and we had gone up and down several fire roads before stopping. The kids were running around looking for trees with flashlights down the steep road below my parked truck. My girlfriend's son's girlfriend had been filming the whole thing with her phone and had walked up behind me while I was grabbing a saw from my truck. I noticed up the road above us 2 dark figures walking in the ditch, bending down and grabbing what appeared to be rodents and eating them. She noticed them for a quick moment, and I shined my flashlight not on them but slightly towards the ground in their direction. I saw the thick, furry legs and large frames and presumed that they were Bigfoots. I turned the flashlight from them and spun around to see my girlfriend's son's girlfriend filming them with a shocked look on her face. She literally asked me if I was pulling some kind of prank. I told her, "No, I'm not, I promise you." She then asked me what they were, and I told her, "We better get out of here now." She realized that it was no joke or a prank, and turned around to gather up the kids, taking my advice. Once she had turned around and was heading back down the road, I turned back towards the 2 dark figures again and slightly raised my flashlight. I realized very quickly that they were not Bigfoots at all, but enormous, walking wolves/coyotes, dogmen. Their eyes glowed greenish yellow in the dark, and I could see their teeth hanging out like they were panting. They shot me an evil look that I will never forget. I then turned my attention back to the kids being gathered up and put them into the vehicles. As soon as the car slammed, the kids were in the car, they shot me another evil look, seeming to literally smirk at us. I turned off the light and hopped in my truck. By the time I turned on my headlights, they were off the side of the road and standing back in the trees, holding still and watching, still smiling and showing their teeth. We went down the mountain and grabbed a tree quickly. The entire time I felt like I was being watched. My girlfriend's son and his girlfriend broke up several months later, and I have never spoke to her of the incident since. To this day, I still wonder if she was able to capture them on her cell phone camera. I have had several unbelievable encounters in that same stretch of forest over decades, but will honestly say that those things were some of the most frightening things I had ever seen. The look they gave me and the kids was so evil, I will never forget it. Stay out of the woods during the wintertime, especially at night. So Wolfpack, have you already figured out which story was real and which one was purely fiction? Well, if you chose the first one to be fiction, you would be right. It was totally fake, made up by AI and myself, kind of both of a little bit, maybe half and half a story mixed together. So there you go. And the second one was actually a real one sent to me by CJ. And like always, we're glad that that family is safe. And wow, what a scary encounter. Thank you for sending in that story to us, CJ, and sharing your experiences. And I hope you and your family don't encounter any more malevolent type dogmen in the future. Well, everyone, what did you think about those 2 dogman stories? Let me know in the comments below. Wolfpack, thank you so much for stopping by and giving this video a watch. I want to give a shout out to all of the members of the channel. Guys, thank you so much for what you do. You really do help this channel more than you know. And guys, make sure to check out the merch. There's always a sale going on for 20% off your entire purchase when you put in the discount code Wolfpack at the end. And Wolfpack, remember, keep your head up, keep your paws up, stay strong, turn to Jesus, thank God on the daily, no matter what you're going through. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. And make sure you turn them notifications on, okay? I will see you in the next. Bye!